All right, so I'm making this video specific to Tacomas and the 4Runners. And it's due to, I had to chase this problem down, and I worked with a couple different shops to finally get this right. But it was a shake, right? So bought this brand new. Within the first 500 miles, we had a lift and then wheels and tires put on. And then from that day, it never rode the same. It always had this shake at like 40, 45 to 55. It had like where the steering wheel was basically going like this. And it's really annoying because it's a brand new vehicle, all brand new parts installed. So it was getting really frustrating. So I want to share my experience of what they tried and what actually worked. So first thing I did when it happened was I took it back to the place I bought the wheels and tires from, right? And they're like, oh, we just need to fucking rebalance them and they'll be good to go. I was like, cool. They rebalance them and it's worse, right? So at this point, I'm doing reviews on tires as well. So I'm like, man, these tires are like highly recommended. These are the Toyo Open Country AT3s. And I'm like, how would they need to be rebalanced so quick? You know, or what's the issue? So the issue's still there after they balance them. So we take it back and we're like, hey, still doing it. What's the issue? They're like, well, let's rotate them and try it out. I'm like, well, that's really not gonna do anything. If there's a problem with the tire or the balancing, then that's just gonna put the, you know, the shake in the back. So let them do it. And I'm still ordering parts. So I ordered the front lift, which is the rough country shocks. It's the strut and spring assembly. Sorry it's so loud, the highway's very busy today. The strut and spring assembly, and I have them throw that in. So it's brand new, and it's the rough country full assembly. So basically just bolted in, and then I had them do alignment. So they put that in. This is a different shop as well. They put that in and we drive it. We still got the shake from 45 to 55. And now we have a pull to the right. So the alignment shop didn't align it correctly. So take it to Toyota, get an oil change. And I'm like, hey, realign it for me, please. They realign it, it's back to straight, and it still has the shake. But I had them check all the tires too. So I had them rotate and balance all the tires. So they did that, and the shake was still there. I asked them to check and see if anything was messed up when the shocks got put in, or if anything was just damaged period underneath. And they said, no, it's kind of common that if you swap out the wheels and tires, you'll have a slight shake if they're not factory wheels. So finally I get back up to North Texas, because this is all in South Texas. Get back up to North Texas, and I take it to a shop, and they're like, there's three things that it could be. So either tires aren't balanced, they put the wrong lug nuts on, or it's missing the hub-centric ring. And these are Black Rhino wheels, and a lot of their websites, you know, like people that sell them, they say, hey, they're hub-centric. They're hub-centric if they send you the spacer that works with it. So the place I'm going to in Fort Worth, they rotate the tires, they balance the tires, and they road force them. And they're like, they road force perfect. They're Toyos. We sell these all the time. There's no issues. So they swap out the lug nuts, and it gets a little better. You know, the little shake, it gets a little better, but it's still there. And I told them, like, it's a brand new vehicle, brand new everything. This should not be happening. So in the end, they check the specs on the wheels, and it was supposed to come with a hub-centric ring. And that ring wasn't in the box apparently when I had them installed in South Texas and ordered them. So basically there was probably enough gap, I would say about that much gap between the hub and the actual wheel, that when they installed the new lug nuts and the hub-centric ring, it was gone. So I went on the forums, and this is a very, very common problem for people that swap their wheels out. They do different style wheels, and they start lifting, they get it, and a lot of people just deal with it. I didn't want to deal with it because it's a brand new vehicle. So the way to fix it for me was to put the hub-centric rings on. So once that was on there, this thing rides like a brand new car again. It's a brand new 4Runner again. And this is the first time the truck has 7,800 miles on it. And everything that you see done on it, the wheels, tires, the lift, you know, all that stuff was done at 500 miles. So basically for almost, 7,300 miles, I've been dealing with this shake. And then finally the place up here in Fort Worth was like, hey, you need this ring. So they ordered the rings from 4Runner, and apparently they're supposed to come with the wheels when you order. They're supposed to specify what they're going on, and they send you a hub-centric ring. So if you have a different style wheel and you have that shake, see if the place that you got it from installed the hub-centric ring, or if the wheels actually are hub-centric. So that got rid of the shake, and that fixed all the problems. So I was getting to the point where I was about to put this thing back to stock because it was that annoying. And this is my wife's car. She daily drives it, and it's an annoying thing to have on a brand new car. So like I said, if your tires balance out, your alignment's good, they put the correct lug nuts on, which apparently you have to run a certain lug nut on certain wheels as well, because the way Toyota lugs are, if you use a certain type, they don't get as many threads when you actually put them on. So those are the right ones on there now. But the hub-centric rings are one of the most important things if you have any kind of slight vibration or steering wheel movement when you're driving 45 to 55 miles an hour. So I hope this helps. It was very frustrating for me, but it was a solution. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.